Imagine a baseball heading for your face at 90 miles per hour. To catch it, your eyes must capture the image, your brain must calculate the physics, and your motor cortex must trigger your hand to move. There is a biological problem with that sequence. Neurological signals travel too slowly to complete that entire chain of events before the ball arrives. If you relied on real-time processing, the ball would hit you every time. You catch the ball because your brain skips the processing lag. It uses past experiences to forecast the ball's trajectory and moves your hand to the spot where it expects the ball to be. This means human consciousness is effectively operating a few seconds ahead of the present. The world you perceive in this moment is a construction, a high-fidelity simulation built from your brain's best guesses about what is about to happen next. This predictive ability is a relic of our evolutionary past. On the savannah, waiting to identify the exact shape of a predator in the tall grass was a death sentence. The ancestors who survived reacted to a simple rustle by instantly anticipating a threat. Modern neuroscience calls this phenomenon predictive processing. It is the process of the brain projecting an internal model of the world outward, rather than just absorbing data. The brain runs a predicted model alongside incoming data. We only notice the world during a divergence between forecast and sensory input. That flash of divergence is surprise, triggering an immediate update. The brain rewrites its internal model to better anticipate the next event. Your brain prioritizes the elimination of surprise over the exhaustive collection of detail. In biological terms, anticipation is more valuable for survival than perfect frame-by-frame accuracy. We no longer face the same physical predators as our ancestors, but we are still using the same hardware. This is why, in a dark room, your brain fills in the gaps of your vision using familiar layouts. It's also why a pile of clothes can look like a person for a split second. Your brain would rather be wrong and early than right and late. This same fill-in-the-blank mechanism governs our social and emotional lives. You finish a friend's sentence, feel unease at sudden footsteps, and predict intent from previous patterns. This survival mechanism is incredibly efficient for catching baseballs, but in a modern social context, it frequently manufactures emotional realities that don't match the facts. Problems arise when your internal model is built on outdated data. If your past is full of rejection or social friction, your brain categorizes those as reliable patterns for the future. Your brain senses a familiar situation and preemptively triggers fear or anxiety before any actual event has taken place. This response is a survival mechanism functioning on a lag. Your brain is defaulting to the safest, most familiar pattern it knows to ensure you aren't caught off guard. This creates a cycle. You start with a negative prediction, which leads to defensive behavior, like withdrawing from others. This behavior increases the likelihood of a negative outcome, which feeds back into the brain as proof that its original prediction was correct. Following an unexamined prediction often sets the stage for its fulfillment. The defensive actions you take provide the very feedback your brain needs to confirm its fearful model. Because these predictive models are learned through experience, they can be dismantled through new experience. Psychological change happens when you deliberately force a mismatch between your negative expectation and the actual outcome. This requires small, repetitive acts, breaking a routine, entering a conversation you'd usually avoid, or testing a minor fear. Each time you encounter a safe outcome that your brain predicted would be dangerous, you provide new data. Over time, these mismatches force the internal model to update, gradually weakening the old patterns. In moments of high anxiety, you can intervene by pausing to ask, is this a reaction to what is happening or a reaction to what I expect to happen? The brain will always tell a story about what comes next. By recognizing these patterns, you can begin the slow process of feeding it better data, gradually rewriting the story of the future you've been dreading.